Well, good morning again, third graders. It's good to see you, or at least you see me. I wish I could see you. I'm looking forward to chatting with you on Thursday again for our memory work time. I enjoyed that immensely last week. So I wanted to just give you a very brief lesson today to help you with your math lesson on pounds and ounces. So remember that 16 ounces equals 1 pound. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. All right, and hopefully you were able to write down all of those equations. 1 pound equals 16 ounces, 2 pounds equal 32 ounces, 3 pounds equals 48 ounces, and so on, all the way up to 10. That will help you as you do some of this. But let's talk about some conversion, because you're going to convert today in practice 3C. And so let's do some on the board here. If we have 4 pounds, you should be able to figure that out by just looking at your sheet. But if we did it in our head, and we know that 1 pound is 16 ounces, right? And 2 pounds is double that, 32 ounces, then 4 pounds is double what 2 pounds is. So 4 pounds is double 32, right? And 32 is 64. So 4 pounds equals 64 ounces. Okay, now let's say I wanted you to convert 2 pounds 5 ounces into just ounces. So you would know that 2 pounds is double 16, which is 32, okay? So this equals 32. That equals 32 ounces. You probably can't see that, but that equals 32 ounces, all right? But we're gonna add 5 more ounces to that. So 32 plus 5, right? 2 plus 5 is 7. So 37 ounces, okay? So we just converted pounds to ounces, or pounds and ounces together, 2 ounces. Next, we're going to convert ounces to pounds. So let's say we have 22 ounces, and I want to know how many pounds is that, plus some ounces probably, right? Well, we know that 1 pound is 16 ounces, okay? So we are going to subtract 16 from that 22, and we'll know how many ounces we have left over. So we're taking 1 pound out of that. So 16, we're taking out of 22. You might be able to do that in your head, because if you add back up 16 plus what equals 22, that would be 6 ounces. So we know that 22 ounces is the same as 16 ounces, which is 1 pound, and 6 ounces left over. Okay? Let's just do another one real quick. Let's say that this 22 is, we're going to go up to, let's do 50 ounces. Okay, if you look at your sheet where you converted that, you would see that 48 ounces, which is the closest to 50 without going over, 48 ounces is the same as 3 pounds. Let's get rid of that. 48 ounces is the same as 3 pounds. But this is 50 ounces. So take 48 ounces out of 50 and you have 2 ounces left. So it's the same as 3 pounds and 2 ounces. I hope that you see that. We are just figuring out the closest ounces to that from your sheet that you wrote, that you converted ounces into pounds and pounds into ounces. And then we'll know that 48 ounces equals 3 pounds, right? And then we have 2 left over. Okay. So there's converting that way. I'm going to erase that so you don't get confused. Now we're going to go down here. We're going to subtract. Let's subtract. How would we subtract pounds. So remember, subtraction is you have an amount, and you're taking some out of that amount. It's really good that you think that way because it helps you when you start to do it like this. This is tricky. You have something that weighs 13 pounds, and you want to take 5 pounds and 3 ounces out of that, okay? So you're going to end up with some pounds, let's just write that, pounds and some ounces. You might not be able to see that, but now let's look at this. You're taking 5 pounds and 3 ounces out of 13 pounds and, oh, there's no ounces here. So that presents a problem. We can't subtract 3 ounces from 0 ounces, right? So we need to put some ounces here. I'm going to erase that so that it's a little, I have more room. Okay, we need to put some ounces here. How would we do that? How would we put some ounces here? I want you to think about that. Well, the best way is to take some ounces out of here. How much is 1 pound? It's 16 ounces. So we're going to take a pound out of that 13 and make it, let's get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that whole line. We're going to take a pound, 1 pound, and we put it over here as 16 ounces. And so now this becomes 12 pounds. Now look, now we have some ounces that we can take these ounces out of. So I'm going to underline my ounces. We're subtracting 3 ounces from 16 ounces. That would be 13 ounces. Now let's subtract our pounds. 12 pounds minus 5 pounds. What would that be, class? 12 minus 5. Hopefully you said 7. There you go. I actually think it's fun to do these problems because I like taking out and renaming. Okay, we're going to erase that one and let's do another one together. I'm actually going to write it up here. I'm going to erase all of that so we have more room. It's 4 pounds and 2 ounces. So 4 pounds and 2 ounces. Feel free to do this with me on a piece of paper if you want. And we're going to take some out of that. We're going to take 1 pound and 15 ounces. Okay, what does that equal? Well, it's probably going to equal some ounces and some pounds. Okay. So let's look at our ounces first. Remember, we're taking this out of this, okay? So we're taking 15 ounces out of 2 ounces. Oh dear, can you do that? I don't think so. You can't take 15 away from 2. So you're gonna need to add some ounces to that, okay? You're gonna take a pound out of this, make it 3, and you're going to transfer it into 16 ounces. Well, you need to add that 2 ounces to the 16, okay? That means now you have 18 ounces because you just took out 16 ounces from here, you added them to the 2, now you have 18 ounces. Now you can do this because 15, if you take 15 out of 18, how much do you have left? You have 3 ounces left. Okay, underline those if it helps you stay focused. Here's your ounces and your ounces. 18 ounces minus 15 ounces is 3 ounces. Now I'm going to circle my pounds. Okay, I'm at 3 and I'm subtracting 1. Easy. 2. 2 pounds and 3 ounces. Don't you think that's fun? I think that's fun to do that. So you guys enjoy. Oh, I wanted to do one more. I wanted to do a story problem with you. That's in your book. I'm looking at Mr. Simonowski. He's over in the kitchen right now, and he's making me some coffee. So you might hear some banging around, but that's okay. That's what that is. I'm going to do one story problem that's actually in your book. So we're going to do it together, and that way you've had some help with your story problem. Number five says, this is on page 42. If you want to get your book, you can pause me right now. Go get your book, your textbook. And we're on page 42. So page 42. And we're looking at number 5. And it says that a tomato weighs 3 ounces. So I'm going to write that this tomato, you could even draw a picture if you wanted to, equals 3 ounces. Okay? So we have a tomato. So now when we have several items, even 2 items, it's a comparison. So you're going to compare. And then we have an avocado, and it says the avocado weighs 4 ounces more than the tomato. Okay, so we have an avocado. Okay, and it weighs 4 ounces more. So what would that be? How much would it weigh? Well, it weighs 4 ounces more than the tomato, so it's going to weigh 7 ounces. Okay, and now we have a squash, and it says that the squash weighs twice. So remember, twice is 2. The squash weighs twice as heavy as the avocado. Well, we know that the avocado is 7 ounces. So if we have twice as heavy, we're either going to multiply it by 2 or double it. So 7 times 2 is, 14 ounces. Okay, now that's it. What is the weight of the squash? It's 14 ounces. All right? I just wanted to help you with one of those so that you could kind of be thinking about comparison problems. I think maybe we should do one more of this pumpkin one. It's a little difficult. I might even get stumped with it, but let's see if we can do it together. It's number 6, and it says that a pumpkin weighs 21 pounds. So we have this big pumpkin, okay, and it weighs 21 pounds. Ooh, that's heavy. Now the pumpkin, of course, is heavier than a bunch of bananas. In fact, it says that the pumpkin is 7 times as heavy as the bananas. So the bananas are, the pumpkin is 3 times more than the bananas. So you wouldn't multiply this, because if you multiplied it, that means your bananas would be heavier. And here, it's your pumpkin is heavier. It's 3 times as heavy. So you want to divide it, right? You want to divide it by 3. So 21 divided by 3 is, well, you can remember this because you just had your 7s last week. 7, okay. So the bananas weigh 7 pounds. Now let's think about that real quick and just double check. If we said that the pumpkin is 7 times heavier than the bananas, then we would say the pumpkin is 7 times heavier. Oops, I did that wrong. Mrs. Simonowski did that wrong. I should have had a 7 here. I hope that didn't confuse you. Woo! 21 pounds divided by 7, okay? Because it's 7 times heavier. That would be 3. The bananas are 3 pounds. Now let's check it. If the pumpkin is 7 times heavier, we're going to times it by 7 to see. It would be 21 pounds. Yep. It's 7 times heavier than the bananas. So there you go. That's your answer. Because it says, what is the total weight? Oh, it's a double question. So now we know that the bananas are 3 pounds and the pumpkin is 21 pounds. And it says, what is the total weight of the pumpkin and the bunch of bananas? You have some. Let's get rid of all these other numbers. You have the pumpkin weighs 21. Let's get rid of these. The bananas weigh 3. You have some. You add some more. The total of both of those is 21 plus 3, 24 pounds. There you go. We just did 2 problems together, and you guys are going to rock this. All right, enjoy your day and enjoy your math assignment. We'll talk to you soon.